Edward Snowden's name has become synonymous with the global debate on privacy and surveillance. In 2013, this former NSA contractor risked everything to reveal the extent of government surveillance on ordinary citizens. Snowden's journey from a tech-savvy young man in North Carolina to one of the world's most wanted whistleblowers is a story that raises profound questions about the balance between security and freedom in the digital age. Early life and education. Edward Joseph Snowden was born on June 21, 1983, in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. His parents, Lonnie and Elizabeth Snowden, had a mixed background. Lonnie was a former officer in the U.S. Coast Guard, and Elizabeth worked in law enforcement. Snowden's early life was marked by frequent relocations due to his father's career, which ultimately took the family to the Washington, D.C. area. Snowden was an enthusiastic student, showing an early interest in computers and technology. By the time he was in high school, he had already developed a reputation for his technical skills. His fascination with technology continued into his college years, where he attended a variety of institutions, including the University of Maryland, but did not complete a degree. Career beginnings. Snowden's professional journey began with a job at the prestigious technology firm, Dell. In this role, he was exposed to high-level security systems and developed a deep understanding of the technical infrastructure behind information systems. Snowden's talent did not go unnoticed, and in 2009, he left Dell to work for the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, as an information technology specialist. His time at the CIA was short-lived but pivotal. Snowden's work involved handling sensitive information and dealing with security breaches. It was during this period that he first encountered the immense power of government surveillance programs, which would later become a central theme in his life. Transition to the NSA. In 2013, Snowden took a job with Booz Allen Hamilton, a contractor for the National Security Agency, NSA. This position offered him a front-row seat to the NSA's most secretive and controversial operations. Snowden was working as a systems analyst, and his role gave him access to highly classified information about global surveillance programs. It was during this period that Snowden became increasingly concerned about the extent of the NSA's surveillance activities. He discovered that the agency was collecting vast amounts of data on ordinary citizens, including phone records, emails, and internet activity, often without warrants or sufficient legal justification. The decision to blow the whistle. In early 2013, Snowden made the monumental decision to expose the NSA's surveillance programs. He meticulously gathered documents that detailed the scope and scale of the surveillance activities, including the PRISM program, which allowed the NSA to access data from major tech companies like Google, Facebook, and Microsoft. Snowden's motivations were rooted in his belief that the government's actions were infringing on the fundamental rights of privacy and freedom. He felt a deep moral obligation to reveal the truth to the public, despite knowing the personal and legal risks involved. To prepare for his revelation, Snowden fled the United States and traveled to Hong Kong, where he met with journalists Glenn Greenwald, Laura Poitras, and Ewan McCaskill. Together, they meticulously reviewed the documents and prepared for the groundbreaking report that would shake the world. The revelations. On June 5, 2013, The Guardian published the first of Snowden's leaked documents, revealing the NSA's massive data collection programs. The news sent shockwaves across the globe, sparking intense debate about government surveillance, privacy, and civil liberties. The leaks uncovered PRISM, a program that allowed the NSA to collect data directly from major tech companies. XKeyscore, a tool that enabled the NSA to search and analyze vast amounts of internet data. Tempora, a British intelligence program that intercepted and stored internet communications. Snowden's revelations exposed the breadth and depth of government surveillance, highlighting how these programs were collecting data on millions of innocent individuals, often without proper legal oversight or public awareness. Reactions and consequences. The fallout from Snowden's revelations was swift and dramatic. The U.S. government denounced him as a traitor and charged him with multiple offenses, including theft of government property and espionage. In response, Snowden sought asylum in various countries, ultimately finding refuge in Russia. His actions were met with a polarized response. Some hailed him as a hero who stood up for privacy rights, while others condemned him as a criminal who jeopardized national security. The impact of Snowden's disclosures was profound. They triggered a global debate about privacy, government overreach, and the balance between security and individual freedoms. Many countries re-evaluated their own surveillance practices, and several legal reforms were enacted to address concerns raised by the revelations. Life in exile. Since seeking asylum in Russia, Snowden has lived a largely quiet life, away from the public eye. He has continued to advocate for privacy rights and has spoken out on various issues related to surveillance and government transparency. Snowden's life in Russia has been marked by a mixture of political tension and relative stability. He has been granted temporary residency and, later, permanent residency in Russia. Snowden has also engaged in various public speaking engagements and written a memoir titled Permanent Record, in which he details his journey and motivations. The book has been both praised and criticized, but it has provided valuable insight into his perspective and experiences. Legacy and ongoing impact. Edward Snowden's legacy is a complex and multifaceted one. His actions have had a lasting impact on the global discourse around privacy, surveillance, and government transparency. The revelations sparked significant changes in both public opinion and policy, leading to increased scrutiny of surveillance practices and a broader conversation about digital rights. In the years following the leaks, there have been numerous efforts to reform surveillance practices and protect individual privacy. Snowden's disclosures played a crucial role in these discussions, highlighting the need for greater oversight and accountability in the digital age. Edward Snowden's story is one of courage, controversy, and profound ethical questions. His decision to expose the NSA's surveillance programs challenged the world to confront the balance between security and individual freedoms. While his actions remain divisive, Snowden's legacy as a whistleblower and advocate for privacy continues to shape the global conversation on these critical issues. As technology advances and surveillance capabilities grow, Snowden's revelations serve as a crucial reminder of the need to safeguard civil liberties and ensure that government power is kept in check.